Wow. If he was really a black guy, he'd have a white wife.
This is terrible.
The worst.
We just stink.
Opie and Anthony.
This is the worst kind of radio.
Opie and Anthony. Controversial radio personalities. Opie and Anthony. Infamous DJs. Opie and Anthony. Talk show radio hosts. Opie and Anthony.
Shut up. Get us back to the funny. But first, let's play this.
And now, the moment you've all been patiently waiting for.
Opie and Anthony. By the way, who's Jim Norton? Them.
And now, the worst of Opie and Anthony.
We're back with the Opie and Anthony program. We got to get Keith Robinson in here, man.
Yeah.
Another friend of the show stopping by to say hi, Keith Robinson. Did you tell him that Voss got engaged?
No, I didn't.
Yeah, get Keith in here. We should do some news, too. There's a lot of really, really good stories today.
The Tough Crowd alumni. Look at this.
All right, man.
Jimmy, Keith.
I know, now that Tough Crowd is
New Tough Crowd.
canceled, they're all coming our way.
I saw Colin last night on TV. I was watching him on the Celebrity Poker on Bravo, and he actually won. He won the whole thing last night. Table of 6, I guess. And he was playing some of the worst poker I've ever seen anyone play. The guy would not lay down a hand. He would not fold for nothing. He was playing like 8-3 offsuit against, ace king, and he would win. The flop would come out and give him 2 pair. And he's betting like a madman on the crappiest hands, and the last card flips over, and it's one of his goddamn cards. And he just kept eliminating people left and right, playing like a complete idiot, and he wins the whole thing. And no one, they said they couldn't figure out what he was doing, if he was bluffing or not. They said because he always just has this miserable look on his face, and they couldn't tell if he had a good hand, a bad hand, because he's just always... He's got that face like he's smelling something bad constantly. Yeah. And then, and he's the only one. I've been watching that show for a while, and everybody, all these celebrities that show up there, they must tell them, there's going to be a camera on your hands because, you're looking at your cards. And everyone's perfectly manicured. They got these beautiful nails. Colin picks up his cards once. The camera goes right on his fingers. I swear to God, the homeless guy that I pass every morning, his hand wrapped around his gin bottle had better nails on it than Colin's last night. Cuticles all ripped up, dirt under his fingernails. They were all chipped up. The hell's that Irishman doing?
He's finished. That's what he's doing.
After Tough Crowd, he had to get a gig loading ships at the dock.
Yeah.
That goddamn guy is a mess. He's a mess.
He'll be fighting Screech in celebrity boxing next.
Oh, man.
He is finished.
God damn.
He had a great run. Hey, are you ready for next week, Anthony? We're going
I am ready.
We're going
man.
to L.A. Anthony's doing the poker thing next week at
I'm in the World Poker Tour.
The World Poker Tour in L.A. next week. We're broadcasting live. What? Wednesday and Thursday?
Yep, Wednesday, Thursday. I'm in the Invitational, celebrity and poker superstars going to be playing, and I'm in it.
Are you practicing?
I've been practicing every night. I'm online, gambling away.
It takes a lot of patience to play that game.
It does take a lot of patience.
I don't have that patience. I'm sitting there just because I want to do stuff.
You want to play?
I want to yap. And I'm the worst bluffer ever. Because you can just, as soon as I get a good hand, I bet everything. I'm the worst.
It is a game of patience, man. It's one of those things where you spend a lot of time folding. If you have bad hands time after time, you just fold the goddamn things. You get you start thinking after you fold to 8-10 consecutive hands, you're going, maybe I'll play this one, because you just want to get into it. But you got to be very disciplined and stuff. And that's like last night watching Colin. It was hysterical. The guy is playing crap just to play. And then someone will come on top of him and go, raise him like thousands of dollars. And he just makes his face like, why not? Slides his money in. He's got crap. And then that last card flips. Boom. It's his. It's the card he needed.
We need to get him on the phone.
Oh, it was hysterical.
He could give you some advice for next week.
The guy, if I play like him, I'd be out in a second, believe me.
Do you have your gimmick yet?
I don't have a
gimmick.
We
need a gimmick for him.
I don't have a gimmick. What, I'm going to wear I'll wear the spring on the eyes and the What am I going to do? Wear a beanie with a propeller on it?
How about Colin's gimmick of AIDS hands?
Maybe that was his gimmick. I didn't even figure that out.
But they can't tell what he's saying. You know, he's saying, I hold, but they think he's got to keep it. Give him a card. Give him a card.
Stumbling, muttering.
Mumbling, that idiot.
The guy was probably telling everyone what his hand was. Right when he spelled out. 2-7.
Fold. They thought he was hold.
I guess I'll play, you know.
Well, President Bush said, he's still doing tough crowd monologue.
I'm staying here, stupid. You know. God, I love him. But yeah, he won the whole thing. But I'm very. I think my strategy is going to be really sit back and really wait for the good hands. That seems to work. I've been playing in a lot of the table games online, not the cash games either, like the ones where you pay a fee to get in, get the chips that aren't real money. It's just chips, and then you see how long you last. And I made it. I won quite a few, and I'm in the money most of the time.
Well, there's professional poker players. How do you know? Like, if you enter a room, can you figure out who the professional is? Like, you walk in.
The guy with the big stack of chips in front of him. I don't know if these sons of bitches are like fucking Kreskin. They know exactly what you're doing. These guys will know if you're trying to put one over on them. They'll know if you have a good hand, and they fold out of nowhere. I've seen guys, like last night, I came up on a hand where the flop comes out, all the cards are out on the table now, and there's a chance that someone could have a flush. I have 3 aces. No way I'm laying that down. And the guy hits me with a big bet. So I'm thinking, he's probably got the flush, but I don't have the discipline to throw down 3 aces. So I saw it. Boom, he turns up his flush. I'm out, you know. I blew it. But these guys know. They can sense this shit, that flush is there. The way the guy's betting, the way he bet from the first card that came out, they know that flush was there.
I wonder, what was that Texas Hold'em that they were playing back in the old Western movies where they had the pistols, you know, and the guys would cheat? Was that Texas Hold'em?
Apparently not. It was just stud, 5-part stud or something.
No numbers on them. You have to count the shit. Like 5 parts.
No,
because everybody cheated back then, so I didn't know. You know,
no one played Hold'em, except for the pros. Up until recently, no one ever heard of friggin' Hold'em. Everyone, maybe get together with your buddies. What are you playing? 7 cards, stud. No offense, nigger in the woodpile. Come up with these.
Oh, wait a minute. Games. No offense, nigger in the woodpile. Hey, none taken.
What the hell, Anthony? That was a game. You could have paused after the no offense, man. I didn't really mean it.
You should have just said it. Yeah, don't give me the no offense just to cut so you can say it.
And see what kind of reaction you get. And then you could have moved forward a little more gingerly.
Yeah, Jesus. You should have said, no offense, stupid. Nigger in the woodpile. I'll just slip this one right back.
You play your dopey games with your friends, but no one ever heard of to hold them up until all this crap on TV.
Since this has been on TV, Fat Bob Kelly is trying to start these gambling tournaments.
Oh, is he?
Because he's such an empty addict. He has
what an idiot. And he wants to invite couples over for meals. What a lonely jackass.
Couples over for meals?
Yeah, he wanted, hey, I get another couple to come over. So he's trying to fill up his stupid empty life. That fat idiot.
That poor bastard.
He really, he annoys me.
Sorry, sink fucking son of a bitch.
I'm gonna see prostitutes for the rest of my damn life. That's what I'm going to do. I'm never going to stop seeing prostitutes. I'm going to be happy. I send a prostitute chocolates and flowers for Valentine's Day. I love them. They're the only women I ever will love.
And he seems to have a problem with that.
He has a problem. He wants to stop all, because he thinks his karma is bad. That's all he's doing anything for, that idiot.
He seems to be very spiritual.
But that's not going to help your career, Bob. It's not going to help, stupid.
I was under the impression it was just another schlep comic that didn't care how many hookers they screw.
No.
But this guy really had this problem. He came in here and talked about how he wants to get his life together, get a girlfriend, be in a real relationship, but he's got these demons that he can't seem to get out of his mind.
We all have them, and they don't go away, stupid. They don't just go away with the proper eating diet. He thinks if he eats right, his whore fetish will go away.
I have more respect for the guys that embrace it, understand what it is, and just live with it.
I embrace it. I borrow money from women just to buy prostitutes.
He really is filth.
You guys are all from the same mold. It's just amazing.
I know. They're just
Keith Robinson, Jim Norton, Bob Kelly, Rich Voss. We got some news about Rich Voss. Have you heard yet?
That idiot.
You heard?
I want to see her try to find a ring for that small fingers on his hand. Little baby hand.
Voss called in to tell us that he got engaged.
Oh, what a
Valentine's Day, even though he's claiming it wasn't Valentine's Day because it was 2 a.m.
Oh, he got that Valentine's Day.
2 a.m. at a Best Western after eating at a diner.
At a diner?
No joke. He ate at a diner, then went to a Best Western, and then proposed at, 2 a.m.
Yeah.
At a Best Western hotel?
Yeah, because they had to fly the next morning. So he picked Bonnie up at the airport. They went to a diner and then the Best Western.
Oh.
So it was like an airport hotel, basically, right?
Yeah. Fucking Ted Bundy proposal. Best Western.
One of those bad wood-paneled rooms.
It was actually the place where Henry Lee Lucas committed that last murder. In a suitcase with a cadaver in it.
Room next door, the pilot's banging some stewardess, and there's Voss proposing.
And it's going to make me happy when she takes all his little last comic standing money, because she can use that as an excuse for the proposal to her at a Best Western when she dumps his dumb ass.
Two-time loser Voss will be really sad to be around. Really sad.
My wife, my ex-wife.
She left me. I don't know why. She said something about a Best Western.
Best Western.
That's his honeymoon. The Best Western suite.
Hop into their twin beds when they're done.
And right in front of her, he's bragging that he got a good deal on the ring.
Yeah.
He's just a mess.
Really busting apart those Jewish stereotypes.
Yeah, I got a bargain on the ring.
His friend was going to get married. Voss's friend was going to get married, and Voss actually bought the ring from this guy because it didn't work out.
Get out!
That's where he got the ring. That's why he said the ring box had chips in it, because the guy he got it from was going to get married, and I guess decided not to.
And threw it on the floor. Threw it on the pavement.
That's not like a bad sign.
Or maybe the girl threw it down on the pavement after this guy gave it to her.
Voss is the kind of Jew that in 1941 would have actually took gold fillings out of other people's teeth and made a ring out of it. He really is scum.
Never again will we waste so much gold.
Got in a box of chocolates from the local drugstore.
Yeah.
Tried to hide the ring in one of them. Idiot.
Yeah, the little box of chocolates in the red heart from the pharmacy. That last-ditch effort when you forgot on your way home that it was Valentine's Day.
What's that awful brand?
Brax.
Brax.
Brax chocolate. Brax chocolate. The awful stale chocolates in there. Yeah, that really says I love you.
He's a fool.
He is a fool.
I hope no one shows up at his wedding. None of his friends. We all just tell him we're too busy.
Yeah, Megan, I got gigs. What are you going to do?
He said he's doing it on a Sunday, so the comedians, and I know I'm going to have one of the highest paid gigs ever, and I'm going to have to cancel.
Of course you are.
I'm going to be very resentful and not really into it.
You getting married in L.A. or Jersey?
Probably
L.A., come on.
Yeah, he'll do it.
L.A. He'll do an L.A. wedding so he can tell everyone.
Because he thinks he'll get all the celebrities to go there.
The stars will come.
Since he's doing the Oscars, he thinks, somebody will stop through Denzel and some of his stars. New friends.
Dat Fan and Fatty.
Ralphie May will just be sitting there at a table with no one but himself, eating without utensils.
It really is going to be an awful wedding.
Jay Moore will be throwing up something that smells like Vicks Vapor Rub in the corner. Oh, boss is finished.
Jay's in the paper today.
For what?
What did Jay Moore do, Anthony?
Yeah, that's a cute little story. The headline is Granny Heckler. Jay Moore's raunchy comedy almost raised an extra $25,000 for charity on Saturday when an outraged grandmother offered to pay that much if Moore would just shut his dirty mouth. At a Minneapolis fundraiser for kids with Duchenne muscular dystrophy, the last comic standing star joked about how well endowed he was and how he wanted to bag the female auctioneer. The fed-up granny finally had enough and shouted to Moore that she'd donate $25,000 if he'd shut up. He didn't stop and thanked Grandma before he left the stage. That's the whole story.
Is he well endowed? I'm trying to remember when he was banging that black hooker. In
hooker, yeah.
In the next room.
Was he? Allegedly?
The black hooker, Chocolate.
Chocolate.
7.5, I've heard, Jay, about 7.5.
7.5?
Yeah, I guess that would be
I'm
about
impressed
right.
with that.
Keith is, and
I doubt he is.
Yeah, he laughs at 7.5.
7.5. No, you can't do that. 7.5 is small. I think
Small,
it's small.
huh?
Yeah.
See, I knew Keith would laugh
small.
at that.
Jay always said he was a grower, not a shower.
Right.
Which was what he always said. So
A grower, not a shower.
yeah, like if you just pull it out.
Some guys have it's a nice presentation. It's happening already. And other guys, you're hung like an acorn, but it grows to a massive thing.
I remember years ago, Florentine and Wild used to pull trains with Keith. And I knew Keith, but not as well as I do now. And Florentine, he goes, the guy's so abusive to women. All he does is hit them and pull their hair. It's beautiful.
It's beautiful.
All he would talk about, disgusting. No, Florentine. All he would talk about was how big Keith's mule was and how it hooked to the left, and how he liked to hurt girls with it.
What else do you have? You got a big penis, you hurt women.
Oh, my God.
You won't turn down a nice guy the next time, will you, bitch? Jeez.
Wow.
Happy Valentine's Day.
Well, they were always goofing on you, making those allegations. I don't know, but I never heard the story on Last Comic Standing, Tough Crowd, about your problems with the law and some rape allegation from years ago.
Rape allegation.
What is the story?
Well, you know what happened is this girl, we're in the bed, and I'm pleading like a son of a bitch, because we're naked in the bed.
You're naked in bed?
Yes, butt naked. And she was just like, I'm like, come on, let's do something, please, And she's like, okay, I'll let you do something.
How'd you get her naked in bed if she was not into doing anything?
This how psychotic some women are. Women are out of their damn mind. And she's like, okay, put it halfway in, no pumping.
Oh, my God.
Are you kidding?
So I could just go halfway in and then stop. Just like that.
She was torturing you.
She was and of course I pumped. I pumped like no other man.
Of course. You can't even help that. You gotta pump. You can't help that.
I was off to the races, man. It's like, you could go to jail for this. You know this is rape. I'm like, how is it rape?
How the hell is that?
How is it rape?
That
it's
cannot
been
be rape.
7 other times of being accused of rape. I don't know.
Put it in and don't pump.
No pumping. That's a true story. Do not pump. Halfway in, no pumping whatsoever.
And you pumped, and
of course I pumped.
Of course
Why
you
would
did.
I not pump?
And then what happened?
And I tugged her hair the way I usually do.
She went to the cops?
Well, she said, she called me on the phone like, you raped me. I'm like, how the hell did I rape you? You said put it halfway in, and I figured that was all the way in,
Yeah.
Yeah, they were just psychotic.
I'm a vagina's half full kind of guy. Jesus.
He was clipping. He's fine.
And, it was just, where you go. I think women are just not, with that whole rape thing, it's too much now.
How did it get resolved? I mean,
well, she just never did anything. The other girl, this one girl who, man, there's too many rape stories.
I know.
Maybe it is me.
Who even has one rape story?
Jesus. I've never heard someone debate rape in the middle of sex. You're raping me. Look, I am not raping you. He's going over like tort reform and legal precedent. Right.
No.
Oh, my God.
One girl, she was like, I put a passion mark on her.
A passion mark?
Yes. And her boyfriend said...
A hickey.
Yeah, hickey. They
right.
call a passion mark, according to what neighborhood you're from.
I gotcha.
And she told her boyfriend seen it, and she called the cops.
Uh-huh.
And she had to tell him that she had been assaulted by me,
Oh, boy.
So I go over there. My dumb ass go over to the store the next day looking for more, like, hey, I gave her a good time. I'm going to go back and see her the next day.
Oh,
and she's looking at me mean. And I'm like, what the hell? All the store employees are looking at me. They're surrounding me like, yeah, he's the guy.
That's the
and
rapist.
The cops. Yeah, that's the rapist.
Oh, gosh. So you walk in all happy thinking you're getting laid again?
Yes, I'm thinking some good stuff is going to happen. And the cops, they pull me over in the parking lot because I finally leave. I'm telling the rest of the guy, go to hell. Y'all want to fight? Let's go fight then or whatever. So I go outside. I'm walking to my apartment. The cops pull me over, take me to the police station. Now I have to fill out everything that happened You know, and it's embarrassing. Like, first I tweaked a nipple a little bit.
Oh, every detail, huh?
Yeah, every little detail.
Wow.
I kissed a thigh. I did this. I sucked one toe, not that toe. You know? And they're like, okay, they just let it go.
Yeah. You never had to go on trial for it, though.
No, never had to go on trial. Well, I have one pendant, so I can't really talk about that.
No, well, the way they brought it up on Tough Crowd all the time, it sounded like, like Kobe in there getting that ass, tapping that ass.
It's hard, man.
I've been with Keith one time. We got pulled over together. We were when you lived in Woodbridge. It was me, you. I don't know if it was little Kev. There was 4 of us in the car, and we were just kind of sitting we were all just talking in a parking lot. It was dark. It was kind of creepy. So the cops like, "Hey, what's going on? You guys all right?" And he's just saying, "Why are you asking us? Why?"
Oh no!
And I'm in the driver's seat. I'm like, "Shut the fuck up! I'm going to tow my car."
Oh, yeah, that's another thing I've heard about you. Not very respectful to the cops when you get pulled over.
You know, it's a Philadelphia thing, man.
It's a black thing, my friend.
You know what?
I swear to God, and black guys love to talk about when white guys get pulled over, how, it's a big party. We pat each other on the back, goof on the black guys being pulled over, and, drive away.
You all whip out that card that you get.
The white card,
The white card. There you go. Here's a card, officer.
You don't get those cards?
I've never had a card.
Oh, my God. I get 2 a week.
What, the PBA cards?
Yeah,
black guys don't get the PBA cards.
Has a card. They must give it to you at birth. There's a birthright for white guys.
Dude, I got
there you go.
You want one of mine? I got 4.
Give me a PBA card.
Look how many he's got.
I'm not kidding. I got
Jersey one's New York. Sergeants, lieutenants.
Look at this. See, I'm telling you,
I got
every white guy in this place is pulling out that PBA.
Wait, hold on.
I don't even.
I got a sergeant's card. That's 2.
I got 2 with me.
And usually what happens, as soon as I get a better one, I throw the other one away.
Look at all these cards.
Here's my sergeants. Here's my Jersey.
I only have 2 right now there.
Me too. Sergeants and Jersey.
State trooper.
So you got 2. You have 3? We all have 2.
Look at that, bragging about your cards.
Bragging about our whitey cards.
Your white card. You're playing a white card.
Hilarious. I just assumed the black guys got them too.
They don't even work with. If we had one, they would just tear it up. Where did you get this from? A white guy did you steal this
from? What do you use this for? Jimmy and open doors? You know something though? I rarely ever even use it. I don't even remember using those things. What happens when I get pulled over? I instantly turn on the dome light. I pull over immediately, turn on the dome light, roll the window down, and put my hands up on the steering wheel until the cop gets to the door. It relaxes him. He doesn't have to worry. He can see in the car the whole time he's walking up. And then I turn and go, "Hello, officer. Good afternoon," or night or something, and continue being respectful.
Let me see. Do you know what he's doing?
What?
You see what you're doing?
What?
Sneaky, you're trying to tell me how I should be doing it. Like I just jump out the car and knock the cop's hat on him. Cops will kick him in his nuts.
I watch cops. I see out of that windshield camera. They take you around back, and when they're looking at you,
tell me you blacks are out of hand. Here's what I do.
Here's what I do as a white person.
As a law-abiding white guy.
Anytime I'm watching cops, you guys always got that I'm ready to run look. They're always ready to bolt, and the second that cop turns around, hey, you! There they go. Off like a shot.
But it's surprising those cops they only show the cops that catch them.
That's true, yeah.
Those fat bastards can't catch all.
Guys are running brand new sneakers and stuff. You're not catching it. Forget that.
Oh, man. That's
very respectful.
So what you're saying is you're respectful when they pull you over. Like if they tried to cuff you when you were with little Kev one time for shushing people out the window, you would probably be very respectful.
No.
Yeah, that's what he was doing.
Is that illegal?
What, the cop I had, they just stopped me because I'm like, shh, and the women, they see me, from the car, shut up. I'm yelling, telling the girl to shut up, and the cop, they pulled me over. Well, I wasn't even driving. Little stupid Kevin Hart was driving, and he didn't have a license, that little midget.
Oh, boy.
And the cop is like, well, where's his license at? He said, well, you're in trouble. I said, well, this is my car. I'll do the driving. He's like, shut up. Like I said, this is my car. I'll drive. He said, what? It's your car? Yeah, it's my car. Get out the car. I'm getting out the car. Next thing I know, I'm in a wrestling match with a cop.
No.
And then, you know what I mean? And the thing about it is, we wrestling, I'm, you know, pushing the cop around.
Why are you wrestling?
I can't help it.
What?
I had some new moves I wanted to try.
I can't help it.
It's instinctive.
I was just watching a Bruce Lee marathon, thinking I'd try some of these out. What is wrong with you?
If I ever got out of the car and the cop wanted to cuff me, it would probably be the easiest cuffing he ever had in his life. I would put him back. I'd be like, officer, give me, I'll cuff myself.
Well, according to you would have the handcuffs on.
I would cuff myself. I cannot imagine fighting with a cop who has a gun and a nightstick.
With like 5 and 6 cops.
Oh, man.
We're wrestling 5 and 6 cops. And they, you know, I end up just like, oh, what the hell am I doing? I end up thinking to myself, what am I doing?
A little moment of clarity.
Yeah, and I'm like, I put my hand, it was too late then, but I put my hands behind, they cuff me, put me on the ground, and they whip out pepper spray, and me, movie guy, I had for some reason, a movie theme came in my head. I'm like, fuck pepper spray. I eat pepper spray.
Oh, no.
He made me eat it. I started crying like a little girl. He emptied the can in my eye.
Oh, Jesus. Holy. Wow. Oh. You're insane. And you still like this with the cops?
Yes, it's just we all the way in Philadelphia, we used to fight cops like they were civilians. So it's just a thing. I try my best to just click off that cop thing that's in my head, so I don't get a nice.
How often do you get pulled over?
I haven't been pulled over for a minute. I haven't been pulled over for a minute. It's usually my first ever arrest was looking at prostitutes.
Yeah.
He would go there looking at me and my stupid cousin, and the cops tell us to get the hell out of the way, just go. And I'm mouthing off, go. What about that white guy? He's getting a blowjob right there. Boy. So I'm gonna be Malcolm X with prostitutes. Look at the white guy. How about the white man? Stop him from getting a blowjob before you mess with me. So they take us to the jailhouse, to the police station, and my cousin, he's running his mouth. He's like, "Where's the brothers at? Huh? That's what I want to know. Where's the brothers at?" So the cop point him to a brother, like, there's a brother, call him a brother. And my cousin said, oh, I didn't say nothing. I start laughing. The black cop threw me against the wall. He must have smacked me 72 times in a row.
Oh, man, yeah. Yeah, they don't like that either.
Oh, it was just, so that, cops and me and cops never get along.
No.
That's hilarious. Keith Robinson in studio. Anthony, we got to take a quick break because Bernie Goetz wants to say hi.
Oh, Bernie's on the phone.
I hope he doesn't get too paranoid and hang up during the break. A real short break, and we'll talk to Bernie Goetz next. Stay there.
It's the worst of the Opie and Anthony Show.
We're back with the Opie and Anthony program. Keith Robinson in studio. We were just talking about his iPod. Did you steal that?
No.
There was an article in the paper the other day that, the thieves are stealing iPods left and right.
Oh, they're taking them off of people?
Yeah, Whitey's walking around with the white cords and they're getting ripped off.
See, I need to know that information, man, because I walk around with my Bose headphones and my iPod, and I didn't know that they were taking iPods now.
Yeah, but they're not going to take yours because it looks like you're listening to a cassette player or something. No, what gives it away is the white cords, I'm telling you. You got the white cords dangling from your ears, the
stock earbuds.
They pretty much said the homeboys are ripping off the iPods from the white kids, the white students.
The white students?
Is that it?
Yeah.
Well, easy pickings.
It's Black History Month. It'll stop. After this month, it's a short month.
We got to get to that last story, but I don't want Bernie Goetz to hang up on us, so let's go to Bernie real fast. Bernie.
Hey, good morning.
Good morning, Bernie Goetz.
It's the Subway Vigilante. Are you enjoying Black History Month, Bernie?
I don't pay too much attention to it.
No, huh?
I don't pay too much attention to a lot of things. I'm more interested in squirrels and electronics.
And vegetarianism.
Absolutely.
Of course. Bernie, I hear you have changed some of your platform on your run for mayor?
I just rearranged it a little.
Rearranged a little? What are some of the changes?
Well, the order, making it more business in terms of the finances of the city, emphasizing more the rebuilding on ground zero and things like that.
Well, that was in your platform before, though. I remember reading.
That's correct. Also, I figured it's probably the right thing to back up the mayor on the West Side Stadium, even though I think the West Side Stadium and the Olympics are much less important to the economy of New York City than rebuilding the old World Trade Center site correctly. Ground Zero could be a cash cow for New York City if it's rebuilt correctly.
Hey, Bernie, as far as education is concerned, my friend was saying that they definitely got to get somebody in there who's going to, do it. And I'm like, yeah, but what about, what's been going on?
You're talking about the New York City school system.
Yeah, because I think that what's happening there is just the education is, well,
the education always has been bad, and Bloomberg stuck his foot in his mouth a little bit, saying, "Judge me on how I handle this New York City school system." Now, around the world, they found
Daryl Cavey can't do, put his foot in his mouth.
The greatest indicator, the greatest indicator by far of how students perform in school doesn't have to do with race, doesn't have to do with the money spent in the schoolroom. It has to do with family background. Now, Bloomberg inherited.
Oh God! Norton spit his water out. Yes,
Bloomberg inherited the situation that he got. Rudy Giuliani was a good mayor, but the biggest mistake Rudy Giuliani made was when he got rid of Rudy Crew.
Rudy Crew was,
education.
Bernie.
Yes,
Bernie. What about this? What about this invention? You were supposed to come in with your invention.
I make the world's best levitator.
He doesn't want to really discuss it, I hear, Bernie.
Well, no, I do different things, but I make the world's best levitator. It actually broke 2 days ago. I have to fix it again.
How does the levitator work, Bernie?
Okay, two things. It's a servo mechanism.
Right.
You lift an object with an electric magnet.
Yeah.
That's the first thing. And how you control the magnet, the second thing, is you detect the magnetism of the object being lifted.
Aha.
And therefore you have invisible lifting, and you have invisible detection of the position of the object, and you have the thing simply floating in air.
Floating in the air.
Yes.
That's something.
But it broke on you, huh?
Yeah. Well, these are electronic devices, and I'm doing general work on it.
Yeah. Well, perhaps the armature sprocket is causing interference, which in turn is blocking the flow of the Dynaflow.
I wish I knew.
What's the heaviest object it can lift?
About 2 pounds.
Okay.
2 pounds, just in case you can't lift up 2 pounds.
Yeah.
That's about the weight of a gun, I believe, huh?
Well, yes, you could use it as a display to levitate a gun in the air. That's a rather good idea, actually.
A gun levitated next to you as you're maybe getting on the subway, and then if the cops come, you say, "Hey, it's not mine, it's just floating next to me."
Okay, that's correct. Anyway,
Bernie, what do you think about the gates in Central Park? Have you seen them?
No, I haven't seen them. My neighbor went and saw them on Sunday, and she said it was very nice. She said it's a great thing to see, and if you don't see it, you'll wish you had and whatever. But I'm not into that type of thing. I don't think I'm going to go up there and see it. She said it changes color continuously as time goes on, and it was very nice. I think it's kind of...
He lives with a bunch of kooks. Bernie, the gates stink, and it's a waste of time, and they're not changing colors.
They're orange.
They're orange, and they're staying orange.
Well, no, she said it's the sun change. She liked it, but anyway,
I
think it's a waste of money. Or also, if they're going to do an outdoor display like that, it's a little early in the year. They should have waited another month or so when the weather's better, because I know we had a good day. We had some good weather, relatively good.
Well, I think if it would have snowed, then it would have been very cool, the contrast.
Bernie, I have a question for you. As mayor...
That was funny.
Vegetarianism... a lot of people are saying that it probably should be in mostly of the school for the menus. What do you
Yes, I feel strongly about that. That the children in school, in particular, should have vegetarian options. You can offer them both. And vegetarian options, it doesn't mean like a lot of times you hear the authorities in the jail say, well, people can be vegetarian, they can eat more vegetables, but that's not enough. You have to offer real soy alternatives. For meat alternatives, you need a balance of, fat, protein, and carbohydrate. You have to go about it seriously. Also, I feel wherever the kids have Snapple drinks available all over the schools, and I feel there should be something better than water with corn syrup in it. Wherever they have Snapple soft drinks, they should also have Silk soy milks.
Choose that over a Snapple
milk or Snapple. Ooh, that's a tough decision.
Do you really like? I mean, if they're going to have a vegetarian, do you think that soy milk though is going to be, as popular?
Well, I like it better than regular milk. I don't know if you've ever tried the Silk soy milks, but they one of their brands. Called Enhanced Silk Soy Milk has flaxseed oil in it, which is crucial for vegetarians. And they also have another flavor called Very Vanilla Soy Milk.
Yes.
And what I do is I mix maybe 20-30% Very Vanilla soy milk.
You actually sit there and mix the milks together?
No, you don't mix it. I have two half-gallon containers in the fridge.
Boring.
And I pour in some Enhanced Silk soy milk, and it tastes good, and it's very good for you. It's healthy, and the kids would drink it up like they'd like it as much as pot.
You can just interrupt.
I would just want to ask you a question. Now, there's a problem with fat kids in the school.
Yep.
What will you do about them?
Well,
because they breathe real hard and they disturb the whole room.
Good question.
Having a good diet, vegetarian alternatives, would really help that a lot. There's an excellent movie out. I think it's been pulled, so you can still rent it, but it's up for the Academy Awards. It's called Super Size Me.
Yes.
And most people have heard about it. It's about this guy who has an experiment.
Didn't you put out a movie called Paralyze Me?
No.
Wow.
I think that this guy...
was a movie also about overindulgence.
Yeah. A lead diet.
Super Size Me eats nothing but McDonald's for breakfast, lunch, and dinner for 30 days.
Right.
Mm-hmm. And he actually gets quite sick. And it was very revealing. They didn't expect that things would turn out the way how they did. And I think that it's very educational for anyone to see that movie, even if they don't eat at McDonald's.
What about the squirrels? You said you're into squirrels. What about them?
Yes, I have a little pet squirrel
that talks.
Who's nice, and I
pet squirrel talk
already and brought him back. And I'm probably looking for another one. He's very nice. He's not destructive, but we don't love each other, and I think it's important.
You don't love your squirrel?
No. We get along and we play, but there just isn't love there. I'm actually looking for another.
Wait, we gotta continue.
Are you saying, Bernie, in a weird way, that the relationship is lacking in some sort of intimacy?
Yes.
Yeah. Well, now, have you loved a squirrel before?
Oh, yes, absolutely.
And the squirrel has loved you.
And how did you know that the squirrel was in love with you?
You just know. When love is a very fun... Women feel it much more easily than guys. With guys, it's unusual. When you love someone or something, you actually get a warm feeling when you see them.
Are you seeing other squirrels?
Well, I go feed the squirrels frequently, but
Bernie, you know how you can tell if the squirrel loves Bernie? Bernie walks around and it looks like he sat on Daniel Boone's hat. That's how you know it's true love.
You know if you love something, and love is not something to be lied about.
Bernie,
most people BS about it.
Do you get the hard-ons though from the squirrel love?
No.
It's not that kind of relationship.
Now, when you're out looking at squirrels, right?
What?
When you go feed the squirrels, if a black squirrel come up, do you shoot them?
No. They all get treated the same. I try to give them all avocado.
So at least he treats the squirrels the same.
Yes.
I imagine the black squirrels get a little less avocado.
No, they don't. They probably generally actually eat it a little bit more.
They get the avocado, but through a slingshot.
He gives them, the squirrels. He just doesn't want the squirrels coming up and asking him for five pieces of avocado.
They eat it from my hand.
Yeah.
So you were in love with the squirrel. That's very fascinating.
Yeah, anyway, let me plug my website.
Of course.
Okay, it's called BernieForMayor.com. Mm-hmm. That's all words, BernieFor.
Wait. B-E...
We're not going to go through that again. BernieForMayor.com.
All right. F-O-R-E. Bernie for... No, it's number 4.
Normal
English. 4
and it has links.
F-O-U-R? Bernie...
Cut it out. It has links to all the other mayoral candidates' websites.
Who else is running, Bernie?
Well, I will just click on my thing here. Charles Barron just dropped out.
Yeah, he stinks.
And that's because we don't, all of them do.
Hey, is it true you're going on vacation up in New England there?
I go there regularly, yes. Not a little vacation business.
You're still looking for that gun?
No. Chris Brodeur is planning on running in the independent in the Democratic primary. Fernando Ferrer.
What do you think of Chris Brodeur?
What?
What do you think of Chris Brodeur?
He is intelligent, very conceited.
Oh. Hey, VJ from Rhode Island wants to know if you play with the squirrels' nuts.
No. I play with the squirrels, not with their nuts.
Bernie, can I ask you, I heard Ben had told us you had some plans for Central Park if you're elected mayor?
Well, what I noticed, not real. I think Central Park has been pretty good, but one thing,
probably the really large fences.
The water in the Central Park
at the north end. At the north end,
the water in the Central Park lake
and a moat around it.
I'd like to see recirculating microfilters or aerators in there.
Wait.
To try to make the water in the Central Park lakes clear. But by Belvedere Castle and the boathouse.
You want to clean up that water?
Yeah, the water, instead of being dark and
you hate dark, man.
And full of algae, the water should be clear.
You know how many accountants would be visible at the bottom of that lake if they cleaned it up? I think that's hiding a world of hurt.
Hey, Bernie, when do we get to go to your apartment?
Well, why do you want to go to my apartment? I mean,
Ben says that you've invited us over for lunch or something.
Well, you can come over
to check out some of your inventions and things like that.
Okay, that's at the office. You can come. Well, actually, it's fine for you to see it. And I bumped into Ben Sparks a few days ago on the street.
Yes, you did.
It was working then, but I have to fix it.
Got a big squirrel in his pants.
He thought he was chasing a squirrel. It was Ben's in front of Ben's pants.
He's in love with Ben's squirrel.
Ben's like, what are you trying to feed that for? Dude, it's not such a
Yeah. By the way, my squirrel licks honey off of my fingers.
Your fingers?
Yeah, if I put honey on my fingers.
Really?
Way to break him in, Bernie.
I thought he said his squirrel licks honey.
A bunch of thumbs are running, as what you would expect for mayor.
Yeah.
And it'll be a rather crummy, low-life mayor's race, which is what you'd expect from New York politics.
Of course.
I generally think that New York is some of the worst politicians in the country.
Yeah. I agree wholeheartedly.
Yeah, I think Bloomberg has been responsible, and I think that Hillary Clinton, Schumer, and Pataki are all garbage. Hey, that's a good idea.
Yeah, just get rid of the rest of the candidates, and you'll be mayor.
Yeah. Let's say they asked you for $5.
No, but I think it would be great if the public here would get rid of Pataki and get rid of our
Bernie,
senators.
how do you express the love to a squirrel, though?
Just usually by...
Because when a man and a woman are in love, they do certain things.
Well, like, go to your diners and cheap motels before flights.
Yeah, you can't just say you're in love with a squirrel and that's it. There's got to be some kind of exchange of emotion.
Well, yes, with affection. It has to do mostly with gentle touching and stuff like that.
Genital touching?
Gentle touching, Opie. Not genital touching. That's a lot different.
Sorry, Bernie. I was trying to make it funny.
I know.
Yeah.
So gentle touching, and then the squirrel that would love you is receptive to this touching. The squirrel that doesn't love you is
clawing your eyes out.
Well, squirrels are not aggressive. They run from a fight, but they let you know if they are unhappy about a situation. Yeah. And usually squirrels do not want to be around other animals. They're very timid.
So you're gently touching the squirrel?
Yes.
You stroke it, right?
Yes.
So you get it to lick honey off your fingers?
Sure. I pull on his ears a lot, but sure.
From the back?
No, he eats from my hand normally, but it's just something I started the past week or so. It turns out he likes honey. I tried it with the squirrels in Union Square Park in Peter Cooper Village, but they didn't like the honey.
No, I wouldn't think so.
Well, would a squirrel lick honey off your mule if it didn't trust you?
That's correct. That's correct. If they get close, if it gets close to you, there is a degree of trust.
Well, how long before, you've had the squirrel for a while, how long before it would actually finally lick honey off your mule? Because I know it's not a new thing.
Off my finger? No, I only started that a week ago.
Good for you.
Now you stroke it, right? And then are you able to kiss the head?
So what? What's the big deal about that?
I'm just wondering if you kiss the head.
Occasionally, sometimes I touch my fingers and give him a little kiss or something. That's no big deal.
Hey, Bernie, I gotta, we're joking around, but I really need to know this. Have you ever seen a squirrel's penis?
Of course.
How big is it?
How big is it? It varies on the squirrel. If some squirrels have bigger ones than another one. The
black ones are bigger, right?
No. I would call it typically.
Who knew?
it might be on the outside. And normally it might be about maybe half an inch long, and maybe half the diameter, or a little bit smaller in diameter, half the diameter of a pen, that type of thing, or 2/3 the diameter of a pen. No big deal. I mean, now that I know that you want to know.
What color is it?
Now you know. Don't maybe you want to dream about it. Who knows?
Oh, no.
Is it pink like a dog's?
No, it's the same color as their skin.
Which is like a what color is that?
Well, it's just whatever it is down there, gray, white.
Gray. Have you ever seen it?
If you
have you ever seen it?
Take a picture and send you.
Yes, definitely. Sure. Have you ever seen it like erect?
You can put it in your computer and with all your other pictures
or your ear.
Bernie, I would like a picture of that. If you want to send a picture of that, my email address is kevin.straley@xmradio.com.
I'm not going to send you a picture. So anyway, with the city, there are some things that are important.
Right.
And the rebuilding of Ground Zero is important.
Hold on, we got some questions. If you're a candidate from the public, let's say hi to Jerry in Jersey. Jerry, you're talking to Bernie Goetz, the subway vigilante.
Hi, Bernie.
Hello.
Hi, Bernie. You seem to have some really creative ideas for the public school system.
Thank you.
I was wondering, how would you fix the Negro lunch money stealing problem?
Well, I think there should be free lunch. I also think
that would fix it.
Which there is. I think there would be less bullying in the whole society, and particularly in the schools.
Yeah.
If more kids were vegetarian, I think.
You think vegetarian?
The vegetarian kids would do less bullying.
All right, let's go to.
And this,
all right, let's go to Steve on Long Island.
We have a society where the kids play football.
Yeah.
How you doing, guys?
Hey.
Hi, Steve.
Morning, Bernie. I was just wondering, do the black squirrels like their avocado deep fried with grape soda?
No. All of them like their food raw. All squirrels.
Raw, of course. Everybody knows that. I don't understand where that crazy question came from.
Sometimes squirrels, they like a baked potato. They might prefer a potato if it's just baked.
Really?
Do they have an intern wash the potato first and only handle it a certain way?
No. I just throw it in the microwave and they'll eat it. But other food they prefer. Well, they'll eat broccoli that's cooked a little bit too, but they prefer it raw.
Yeah.
All right, Bernie. Well, when are you coming in again?
I don't know. I'm just busy. I'm behind on things. I have to earn a living, and with the various projects I got in, I just get behind.
Bernie, what do you do for a living? What do you do? What pays the bills?
I buy and sell industrial electronics.
You buy and sell industrial electronics?
Yep.
Where, like on eBay?
I do a fair amount of contacts from eBay. I buy a little on eBay.
And like what? If somebody needs, what kind of electronics?
The type of equipment you might use in your studio, RF equipment, or the things they would use to check out your transmitters and receivers and high voltage equipment, things that utility companies would use.
Gotcha. All right. Very good, Bernie.
Okay.
You want? We're looking forward to you coming in though again.
Okay. Well, thank you.
We got more questions from the public, Ope?
Well, Bernie, do you have more time? I know you're a busy guy.
No, I've got time, and now's a good time.
All right, let's say hi to Tony in Jersey. Tony, you're on the phone with mayoral candidate Bernie Goetz.
Hello.
Hey, Bernie, how do you feel about Ebonics?
Ebonics? Don't know much about it. I think people should be well spoken though.
Mm-hmm. That answered his question.
About that, right?
Pretty much stopped that dead.
Okay.
Glad we went to that last night.
I know. All right.
Okay, guys. Well, it's business with me, so.
All right, Bernie.
So anyway, if people want, they can look at my website and look at the miserable politics of New York.
BernieForMayor.com.
Oh, I thought it was YouDon'tLookSoBad.com.
Oh yeah, I'll be remembered.
Have another .net. Like Montagna at the end of House of Games. Thank you, sir. May I have another?
Well, very good. What party are you running under, Bernie?
I'll be running as an independent. I might seek the Libertarian Party nomination.
Now,
you want to play a good song there?
What is it going to take to get your name on the ballot?
Oh, a lot of running around and hassle and begging, and I may not even be able to get on the ballot. It's very hard to get on the ballot.
Well, what do you need? Signatures, right?
Yep.
How many?
Well, you need 7,500 as an independent.
Dude, we can get you those signatures in no time.
Yep. They have to. Well, you could, but they have to be signatures of New York City residents.
Yeah, that we can do that.
Yeah, how do we do this for you?
We'll help you out. I would love to see Bernie Goetz on the ballot. Would I love that?
Okay.
How do we do it?
Well, you usually have people on the street just asking the public to sign it, and the best line, what we tell people is, this doesn't mean you're voting for me. It just means it helps me get on the ballot.
Right.
And people just like to hear a simple line like that, sign it, and go on their way.
Mm-hmm. All right, Bernie.
Well, we have interns that might be able to help with that. I think
it's a lot of work. It's probably the political people, people running for city council and other things. That's probably the way to go about it.
Okay. Well, Bernie, it's always a pleasure.
Okay.
Did you want to hear a song today, you were saying?
Yeah, why don't you play that song, I think it's called by Brother Phelps, called Let Go.
By Brother Phelps?
Yeah, Let Go.
Let Go?
I thought you hated the brothers.
Not that brother.
Ben, do you know that there's Ben there?
Ben?
He knows the songs pretty well.
He's outside. He's got his cock on a hand truck.
Okay. Well, whatever.
Squirrel nesting in his hair.
We don't have Brother Phelps, Bernie.
You don't?
We don't have Brother Phelps. Do you know the library of songs we have at the XM computer?
No.
And it is millions, and that song isn't in it.
How about Fly Like the Wind? And,
Fly Like the Wind.
That's a musical.
You ever hear that? How about Can You Keep Your Mouth Shut by Paul Shanley?
Oh, I wish I had heard that 20 years ago.
Oh,
it's actually...
All right, Bernie.
Okay, guys, have a good time.
All right, Bernie, thank you. Good luck with your mayor race and your levitation machine.
And my squirrels.
And your squirrels.
And your squirrel.
Bye, Bernie.
Bernie.
Yes. Yeah? I shoot faster than that, guy.
Oh, wow. He's getting all cocky.
Speed is everything.
Speed is everything.
That's right.
This Bernie Goetz not going off half-cocked. We love it. Bernie, thank you so much.
Bye.
There he goes, Bernie Goetz.
Boys, as nutty as a fruitcake.
We can't get enough of Bernie Goetz.
Bernie Goetz.
Oh, man.
I would love to see him be the mayor.
I would love to see him just get on the ballot, that the news people would have to acknowledge that Bernie Goetz is on the ballot.
We have to get him the signature.
We really need.
I would just love to see him molest a squirrel. That would make my day. What is going on over there?
What goes on in that head of his is just stunning. There's squirrel love. There's shooting black people. There's running for mayor. He's a busy guy. Vegetarianism and how it's going to save the world.
No one would get their
Ground Zero.
No one would get their lunch money taken if it was all vegetarian, because vegetarian food sucks so bad. Nobody would want to get beat up.
No one would want it, right?
Nobody would punch you for money to buy it.
And he said something that was very obvious. He said the vegetarians wouldn't go around bullying people. It's obvious they don't. They're the ones that get beat up in school. Yeah. They're the little emaciated people.
Well, you've never seen a vegetarian bully.
Yeah, no.
Because you have no protein in you. You're too weak to fight.
I'll put this carrot in your chest.
Give me your broccoli, man. Give me it. Doesn't happen.
Keith Robinson in studio. We'll continue in just a sec here. Oh, there's another killer in the OJ family.
There is.
We got the story.
Another. This is the Opie and Anthony Show.
Back already?
Yeah, we're back already. Your ink is all over your hands.
Well, I had to go wash them, yeah.
That's because you tap the pen and the ink splats out of it, and you get it all over your hands. And then you wipe your face, and you got, like, ink on you. I think you have ink under your eye. Oh, that's great. You look like one of Keith's dates. Black eye.
I'm a fidgety mess. Keith Robinson in studio. Jim Norton wandering around. That's what sucks. We think we could actually take a little break from the action, and we all go our separate ways. And next thing you know, we're wondering where Jimmy is.
Back on the air.
Jimmy's like, we're back. Is this nuts or what?
I took a leak and we're back already. How long of a break is that?
That was I think that was at least 45 seconds.
Old pigeon bladder. Didn't you take a leak just last break?
Dude, I am awful, my bladder.
That was something else we've been trying to work on and getting nowhere. We need, like, longer breaks to go to.
Yeah.
I hate going to the comedy clips.
Nah, those are awful. Everyone's heard them 1,000 times.
It's frustrating. You're in the bathroom, you're just getting to know someone. All of a sudden, I hear you guys back on the air. Got to zip up and get the number on the way out.
Keith, did you check out the gates in Central Park?
Yes, I've seen the orange. It looks like a construction site.
It's awful.
It is.
And I'm so glad the press is finally catching on how awful and stupid this thing is, and now they're all trashing it. Well, at first they thought it was the greatest thing. It's pumping a lot of money into the economy of New York, but besides that, it's just awful.
You know what it is? You don't want to come off looking stupid is what it is, and uncultured. So at first, everybody was like, oh, this is great. It's this new art thing they're doing, and you never want to bash art because you look like a savage. You're uncivilized and uncultured. And so everybody was kind of like, yeah, this is going to be interesting. And they put it up. You walk around, and it's like, I have no idea what this means.
Are they trying to get more people in Central Park?
Yeah. Why? It's not enough.
Dude, it's working. Hundreds of thousands of people have
for what?
Have made their way to Central Park so far. And I saw yesterday tourists walking around with T-shirts with the gates on them.
That's just going to get more tourists robbed in Central Park.
There you go. Yeah, they're too busy looking at the stupid gate. Right.
Look at the pretty orange colors.
Yeah. And then people are walking around with maps. It's like maps. If you've seen one, you've seen them all. So
if you want to put up gates in Central Park, keep it at the north end, all in a row, with some chain link and maybe some barbed wire on top. That's the type of gate Central Park can use.
Well, the letters to the editor, they're just going nuts now. People are writing in like crazy about the gates in Central Park. Let's see, this one, Ian writes, what is this nonsense in Central Park? I've heard people say it's poetic and adds to the flow of the park. The park flows well all by itself. No one has the guts to question the great Christo. Oh, that's a question. No one has the guts to question the great Christo. No one wants to be the first to say it's baloney. Well, it's baloney.
Baloney. Wow, he showed him.
No kidding. Oof. Martha from Seaford, Long Island. The Central Park gates look like something sponsored by Home Depot.
Yeah, we had said that.
We said that on the show. And finally, Robert writes, thank goodness the city didn't have to pay for the gates. What a horrible investment. They actually make Central Park look like a giant orange car wash.
Car wash, yeah.
Something else we said on the program.
That's interesting.
And did you read the one letter that said that they're really beautiful and they add a lot to the park by Big K from New Jersey? That ass.
And then Big Kev helped put it up. He was part of the construction
friend of the show here, Big guy.
Yeah.
And then our pal, good old Tony Danza, they got a bunch of pictures of him in the Daily News.
Yeah.
He's rollerblading under the gates with a camera, I guess, filming something for his stupid show.
Got a camera.
And the dummy hits the gate with his right rollerblade, falls down hard into the gate, and the camera goes flying. Like, this is no bit.
That is fantastic.
Just looking like a complete idiot. They got 4 pictures in the Daily News today.
Here's what it looks like. It looks like his foot went into a grate that's on the sidewalk there. And his feet go right out from under him. He face plants into one of the poles, and his broken camera is now laying on the sidewalk. And I don't know, you think they'll show that on his show? Is it supposed to be today, maybe?
I'm sure they'll show it.
If they can get the film,
yeah. Gotta see that. Yeah, my big fat mule just got in the way, and I tripped over it, all right? It's that guy doesn't make you just feel like an idiot to be Italian. There are some Italian guys that just like...
Why do people just hate this guy? This is a guy, it's certain celebrities that people just hate.
Yeah.
Like, why do you just latch on to certain celebrities and go, ugh.
I think because he's a phony. I think it's all an act, and he's not that nice and cutesy in real life.
Yeah, there have been stories about Tony Danza that weren't really that cute and nice, And he comes up, and now he's a talk show host that just has droves of these rubes from the Midwest. These women come in and just adore him. And, he's playing the part well. Seems to be doing all right. But he's one of those guys that, like, as an Italian guy, you look at him and it's just dripping wop. Yeah. That whole thing. Just be an American guy, He's always, hey, we're cooking some pasta today. My grandma's meatballs are going to be fantastic. We're going to cook that up. I'm going to wear a red, white, and green hat and a little curly mustache like on a fucking pizza box. And when I see stuff like that, all I can think of is how a black guy would feel if it's like, Lordy Lord, we got some fried chicken and watermelon today. It's the same way I look at that. It's like this. You don't have to be overly ethnic.
Right.
It's ridiculous. He's a stereotype of an Italian guy, as I talk with my hands.
And you were watching The Daily Show? I got the clip. Is this worth playing? Or?
Well, Stephen Colbert, they went to him as the senior art correspondent or whatever it was for The Daily Show. And he really summed up in great sarcasm what these gates are all about.
Yeah, you guys got to understand in the rest of the country how ridiculous this looks in Central Park.
It's front page.
And if you think it's art, that's fine, because a lot of people are emailing me going, hey, you don't know what you're talking about, blah, 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 blah.
Yeah.
But it really looks ridiculous.
Yeah, it's not. I don't see it as art. I see it as a construction project. This is something. I think art has to be done. I can't define art, but I think a good rule of thumb is something very unique that only you can do, and somebody really can't duplicate it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It can't be. You can't take the Mona Lisa and paint it again. It's you can't.
This project just looks way too simple.
Yeah.
Way too simple.
You have enough money and people with wrenches. You could bolt this thing together. To me, that isn't really
How
art.
many gates were there? Like 7,500 or something like that? 7,500, all looking the same.
Yeah, so I don't see it as that, but
and they're calling it saffron. It's orange and
Home Depot orange,
and it looks very cheap too. By the way, just very cheap looking.
Stinks.
Yeah. So this is what the Daily Show had to say about it. It's pretty funny.
Simply put, the gates is a triumph, John, an artistic milestone that may finally put New York on the cultural map. To get ahead of myself here, John, but I think this may do for the Big Apple what the West Wing has done for Washington, D.C., or what the band Asia did for that continent. John, the Gates is a triumph of contemporary installation art. Each gate redefining its section of the park as not a public place for private reflection, but a private place for public reflection. Juxtaposed with the barrenness of the midwinter, the Gates posits a chromatic orgy. This riot of color achieves a rare re-defamiliarization with the nature of place-time, the whatness of our awareness. No longer framed... I'm sorry, I've run out of crap.
As our conceptual art, is this great art?
Yes, John. Because like all great art, it challenges what we thought we knew about the world. For instance, I used to think $21 million could be used to achieve something noble, like, I don't know, build a hospital wing. But the Gates has forced me to recontextualize my notion of what $21 million can be used for. In this case, redecorating a bike path.
So you believe that shrouding these walkways in these orange curtains will somehow change our lives in New York?
It's happening already, John. Just today, I saw an installation artist take a sandwich and wrap it in a paper-like substance, almost waxy in texture. And he kept wrapping it, and obviously I'm not doing it justice here, but he kept wrapping it until he had visually achieved not sandwich. Then, and this is the genius part, John, at the last minute, he cut it in two in a final act of re-sandwichment.
So you had lunch at a deli?
Okay. Fine. I was at a deli ordering lunch. That's how you need to think of it, John.
They do a real good job on that show.
Yeah.
Stephen Colbert is very funny.
He is. The whole gang over there, man. That Daily Show is great.
Perhaps the best door slam I ever got, a tough crowd, was Colbert in the middle of talking.
Really?
I asked him a question, he starts talking, and I slammed that door so hard, I knocked lights out of the fixtures.
That sounds like a great gag.
He was one of the guys that laughed the hardest at it.
So you would be in what, the green room or something?
To everyone.
These guys do this gag all the time. Yeah, they ask you a question, and you're like, oh, dude.
You start answering the question, and then you just walk out.
Nice door slam.
Slam the door. Like, way out as the person trying to answer your question.
Who was the Hal Sparks, his name, or
Hal Sparks.
Oh, he hated me for it.
He didn't get it?
No, he's pompous. He was in the middle of some, stupid thing. I'm like, yeah, I don't know. He's like, wow.
He was furious. He's sitting there licking his lips.
All pissed off. That's fantastic.
He was annoyed. A good door slam. Nothing better.
Well, guys, there's another...
How would you not laugh at that?
I don't get it. Jeff Garland got annoyed, too.
Wow.
There's another killer in the Simpson family.
You say another like O.J. killed somebody.
There's a couple things happening in this story. You think O.J. would take care of his family.
What? I'm broke.
Well, now he's broke, but he had money for many, many years, and it seems like his brother was doing this job for many, many years.
Broke. He's still... O.J.'s loaded.
Oh, he's loaded,
The guy gets that pension money from the NFL that they can't even take money from to pay his court bill.
Why can't they?
They're not allowed. They cannot... he owes millions to the family. And he cannot pay that. He doesn't have to pay them, not obligated to pay them with the money from his pension.
I'm an ex-football star and a wife murderer living on a pension.
So O.J.'s brother crashes this bus, and a passenger was killed, Anthony. O.J. Simpson's older brother was the driver of an airport shuttle bus.
He's driving.
That's like one of the worst jobs ever.
It's one of those things where they load the baggage in and take you to the terminal from the nearby hotel?
Yeah, pretty much, right? So it crashed on a freeway, killing a passenger.
Did you know that O.J. had a brother?
No.
I didn't see him at the trial.
This is the first I've ever heard of O.J.'s brother.
It's Melvin Leon Simpson, 58.
Melvin Leon.
Melvin Leon.
He may have fallen asleep.
Like one of the Temptations.
And now, Melvin Leon Simpson, live at the Apollo.
Melvin Leon Simpson, 58, may have fallen asleep at the wheel before the bus struck a guardrail Friday and veered into a concrete support column, according to the California Highway Patrol. Simpson was near the end of his 8-hour shift and suffering flu-like symptoms when the 21-seat van crashed, killing 57-year-old Lynn of Phoenix.
Wait, are you sure that's his brother? Because O.J. gave all Nicole's family jobs, and he didn't give his brother a job.
Didn't give his poor brother,
He didn't give Melvin a shot?
Melvin. Poor Melvin.
Couldn't Melvin he should have been Cato, you know?
Yeah, Cato. You like Cato living in his friggin' house.
And Melvin's driving passengers from the airport.
And Melvin's crashing the bus.
What a scumbag.
Even Fred Goldman got a job as the little guy on the Monopoly cards. Don't pass go. Don't say hi to your son on his birthday.
Wow. No one ever went to, Melvin Leroy Simpson. Nobody ever said, at the trial, you never heard anything about
nothing.
Melvin.
Never called him as a character witness? Nothing. Boy, they must be really on the outs, man. Melvin Leon.
Melvin might be a little slow.
Maybe Melvin did it.
Melvin.
It could have been Melvin.
The whole time they could have pinned it on Melvin.
It's Melvin.
Melvin Leon.
He showed up just to pet her hair, and she screamed, "Get off me, retard!" So he stabbed her.
Wow. This is your football great brother. Even back in the days, you never heard of Melvin Leon.
No one ever heard of Melvin Leon.
Wow.
Well, we got to seg into this little thing. We love this.
That?
The O.J. montage prank phone call thing that Kid Chris did.
I remember that.
This thing is hilarious. Kid Chris, sort of a friend of the show, kind of.
Yeah.
He got O.J.'s cell number, and he called him many, many times. And he put this together.
Yeah.
Oh, Juice?
Yeah?
Yeah, what are you doing?
Who's this?
This is AC. Let's go kill somebody tonight.
Bye.
Juice?
Hello.
OJ.
Who's this?
It's Al Michaels. My wife's been acting like a real bitch. I was wondering if you could help me kill her. What do you say, champ?
Do I know you? Hey.
Juice, it's Chris Rock. It's me, Chris Rock, Juice. What do you say you and I go kill the Spice Girls? Juice, every time I call you, I always be laughing.
Hello?
Juice, you're late. We're supposed to go out and kill people tonight. What's going on?
I really can't talk. I'm at dinner with a bunch of people, and I have no idea who you are.
I'm the real killer. OJ. Oh, hello?
Yeah.
Yeah, Juice.
Yeah.
Juice, what's up?
Who is this?
It's Dan Dierdorf. You want to go throw the ball around, have some beers, maybe kill somebody?
Yeah.
Hi, OJ, it's Kato. Want to go pick up some young girls and kill them? We can hold them underwater or something.
How'd it go?
Can I move in with you?
Hello?
Hi, OJ.
Hey.
Hey, it's Marcus Allen. Want to go get some bitches and kill them? Yeah.
God. I love that. Right? Isn't that the best?
OJ is laughing all the time.
He's always laughing.
He's always laughing, making, those are funny me killing people jokes. I got a few myself. God damn. OJ, you want to kill some people? Yeah, that killing people thing.
That's the opening episode of the new show Juice that they're doing, which is kind of like Punk'd. It's where you go to pick up your sunglasses and you get throat cut in the pathway. Gotcha.
You've been juiced. Oh, yes, I have. You win some Bruno Mali shoes. No one even knew about those things. Did you know about Bruno Mali's shoes before that?
No, of course not.
Advertising. What advertising?
Opie goes by, sees the shoes, throws a chocolate-covered strawberry at him. All mad.
Anthony, remember the other day, moving back to the art thing? We were talking about what real art is instead of the stupid gate thing.
Yeah, I made a little joke about that.
And we were talking about the dogs playing poker.
Poker playing dogs.
You've seen this thing, right, Keith?
No, you could buy those at Walmart.
Yeah, it's a very famous painting.
It's known as trash art. If you're white trash, you put this in your trailer. You hang it up. The dogs playing poker, the Velvet Elvis.
Oh, right,
stuff like that. The weird little kid-looking things with the big sad eyes. That kind of art. That's, it's white trash art.
Crap. And someone asked us, what we think is art, and we said, well...
I said the dogs playing poker.
As a joke, but the original was just sold for $600,000.
$600,000 for the dogs playing poker.
Wow.
I wouldn't pay that much to watch real dogs actually play poker.
I watched it last night. Colin, his little hands look like claws. Little dog paws with those nails. His pads were all chafed.
It was painted back in 1903.
Wow, it's that old, huh?
And it just fetched $600,000.
Funny.
Yeah.
But that's real art to me. Something you look at and you can enjoy. You look at the wall and go, look at that, it's dogs playing poker. One's looking one way, one's looking the other. Guy in the middle.
And then the other story we forgot to talk about today is Michael Jackson.
The front page story on the Daily News.
Yeah, the Daily News, the headline, boo-hoo, he's got the flu.
But Mike actually believes in his sick little mind that he could call in sick for court so he won't have to show up. You know what I mean? If he's sick, that nobody, okay, forget it. Mike is too sick. We'll hold it off another year. Mike is really nuts.
Yeah, he is absolutely crazy. I think he's right when he says that he believes he's a child, or because of that missing childhood that he now lives as a child. Because this is a kid. When you were a kid and didn't want to go to school, I have a stomach ache. I don't feel good. That's what this idiot is doing now.
That's exactly what he's doing.
I got the flu. I don't feel good. I've been sniffling. If I blow my nose too hard, it comes off. So I don't want to risk that.
He's got the flu, he says. So.
But the fact that he's been showing up in the court, going to court, and he's posing, he's doing the moonwalk.
Oh, yeah.
Mike, you're on trial for touching kids.
No, him, it's an appearance.
He thinks he's showboating.
These lunatic fans show up in front of the courtroom. They're behind the barricades and everything. One actually fainted. They had to get emergency services to pick her up.
That was outside the hospital.
Oh, really?
Yeah, when Randy Jackson was leaving after seeing Michael.
It's crazy, right? It's like a priest showing up with communion stuff. Trying to get communion at his court hearing.
Yeah, like Father Stanley up there for his child molestation, handing out wine and communion wafers.
Shaking his mule at people, like blessing them with it.
It's the same thing.
It is.
You're on trial for that. You put your head down, you look solemn, you walk in the building. You don't moonwalk.
Faggot has his own umbrella carrier, he's dancing.
Oh, he's taking his hat off and flipping it over like he does on stage.
So you're not Jimmy Durante, you're a child rapist.
It's like, what are you doing, Mike? Jesus, at least look sorry, just have something.
Look concerned that you're on trial.
No, he's posing, he's doing all sort of moves.
Robert Blake walks to his trial, shoves spaghetti in a woman's mouth and shoots her in the head. Yeah, why not?
That's funny. Most of a lot of these celebrities, they're nuts.
Yeah.
They really are nuts.
I don't know what it is. If he thinks he's innocent, he thinks that this is perfectly acceptable. I said before, I really think he has this thought in his head that he is so out of place in society. He is, we went through that period of time where he was the biggest superstar ever, couldn't walk around, can't function in society, that he believes that when he's at this Neverland, since it's within his gates, laws don't apply.
Well, he's walking like he's still a king of pop.
Oh, I know. Yeah. It's, Thriller was how long ago?
83?
That's a long ass time ago, Mike. Maybe then you could get away with sucking a little kid off, but, times they are changing. Thriller, yeah, come on, man.
The last album is not going to get you a little boy.
The last album is going to get you thrown in jail.
After his story, you should start blowing 18-year-olds.
Oh, man.
So he's got a few days off from the trial.
Yeah, he thinks they're going to forget about it? You're going to walk
That's
out?
what he believes.
Yeah.
I'm sick, guys. Sick.
Oh, did you see the list that the defense has?
Oh, man.
People they're going to call?
Kobe Bryant.
Colby, they were going to call as a witness. And Colby, they interviewed him, and they said, what are they going to ask you? And Colby was dumbfounded. He was just like, I don't know. He has no clue why he's being called.
These are the well-known people that the defense are going to call. Kobe Bryant, Quincy Jones, Larry King.
Larry King. This is a crazed person's defense.
Wow.
Diana Ross.
Strike the jury.
I want Diana Ross on there.
He wants this. He thinks it's a party. He's actually sending out invitations instead of subpoenas.
Grammy's party.
Yeah, it's a party.
We're going to have some champagne. It's going to be so much fun.
He's going to hold up his little trophy. It's an 8-year-old with tears on his face.
Kim.
Yes.
Go ahead.
I just wanted to call in and say that I was watching the news this morning, and I heard that they moved Michael Jackson to the 4th floor of the hospital, which also happens to hold the pediatric unit.
Is this real or a joke?
No, this is real. This is what I heard on the news this morning.
Roll me into the children's room.
Well, thank you, Kim.
Oh, I was delirious with fever is why you found my mouth on his little hog.
All the sick children will turn over on their face and just take their temperature rectally while they little cancer coughs into a pillow.
Oh, God.
Little shallow coughs.
Oh, my God. You're insane.
He's holding their little bald heads. Not because of cancer, because they're too young to grow hair yet.
He's holding them at the soft spot.
Also on the list, Elizabeth Taylor.
Of course, Liz has to make an appearance.
All finished celebrities.
Yeah.
None of them are doing anything.
Stevie Wonder as a witness? What did he say?
I didn't see nothing.
When Michael was around children, did you ever hear lapping sounds? I rest my case.
Stevie Wonder? Oh, man.
Let's see.
Is Webster on the list?
No.
Will Webster?
Webster was a good buddy of his.
Also on the list, David Blaine, the magician.
Please make this all disappear, David.
Go away.
I'm going to close my eyes and tap my heels 3 times. Make it go away.
You think Mike is going? You think he's going in?
No, I don't know.
You don't think he's going in?
He's a rich celebrity,
It seems so... like you could never imagine him in Oz, You can't imagine him in prison.
How much money would you pay to see Mike in the weight room?
Oh, would that be great?
Of a penitentiary.
Just walking around the prison weight room. Playing hoops in the yard.
I think this is the thing that would revive his career. A good stint in prison would... I think it would be the one that helps his creativity. Yeah.
Comes out a new man, all buffed up. Yeah.
Some tattoos.
Some prison tats.
He's black again. You're like, oh, man, Mike is back.
Here's my new album, motherfucker. I'm Michael Jackson. Yeah, deep voice. Whoa.
Y'all bitches think I'm playing.
Also on the list is that, how do you say his name? Deepak
Shakur, whatever?
Chopra.
Yeah, Chopra. Shakur.
What are these people called for?
What does he do again?
Tupac?
No. This is the guy who's a
spiritualist.
Chopra. He's big in L.A. They all love him.
Chopra, right. Also, Steve Harvey.
Steve likes that Mike a lot.
Wow. Nick Carter.
Not from BCN.
No, Nick Carter.
Of the Backstreet Boys.
Yeah.
Little kid.
Maury Povich, Anthony's on the list. What is Maury going to say?
Bring Michael some progeria kids
most
from
of these
show.
people are like 70, 80 years old. Get the kids. Get some kids that, can testify for it. That'll help them more.
Yeah, where are the kids that were at Neverland? Come on.
Well, this is for the defense.
Yeah, the prosecution's going to parade a few of them.
I know. That's what I'm saying. I'm saying get the kids who can, vouch for some celebrity kids.
Prosecution's witness list looks like romper room.
Bob McAllister's going to be the judge.
Little Joe, can you put the rattler down? Speaking to the microphone.
Lawyer just goes up there with a mirror with no glass in it. I'd like to call Billy, Johnny, and Petey, and Bob.
Every question is going to be answered. How many times did he rape you? This many.
And then finally, Steve Wynn, the Las Vegas casino owner.
What the hell's he? I don't understand his witness list.
Yeah.
It's ridiculous.
Yeah.
That's a witness. He's gone.
He's going to jail.
Mike is gone.
It's awful.
He's going. What about Geraldo? His biggest fan these days, Geraldo Rivera.
Yeah, this is
Fox News. They have him on all the time. And the reason Fox is doing it and Geraldo is doing this is for ratings. They know people are going to tune in because Michael's very candid when he goes on Geraldo. But Geraldo's actually defending him. Michael, when I see you with the children, I understand that that's the real Michael Jackson. That's why he's going on trial. That is the real Michael.
But the thing is, Mike, he act like a guy who couldn't help himself. Yeah. With the kid sleeping in his, in his bed and all. Mm-hmm. That's how you know he has a problem, because he couldn't help himself. It's like,
But he will never say that. He thinks there's nothing wrong with it. He's trying to say, by inviting sick children to Neverland to go on these rides and look at the animals, he's being a great guy. That's fine. If he was just doing that, that is a great guy. Any of these accusations that came up, you'd have things in place that would protect you. You'd have chaperones, you'd have guards, whatever it is, to protect yourself against something like that happening. But that's not the case. No. He's helping a bunch of kids out, but he's picking the ones he likes, bringing them up into his secret room.
The little weak kids.
I'm like a lion on a plane to the Serengeti. I see a limping zebra. I gotta stick my mule in it.
Well, you know what happened was the kid said, only put it in halfway and don't pump.
And Michael had a pump.
You have to at that point. God damn. Hey, getting back to that, what was that other story you were telling? I don't want to give away the punchline about...
he didn't finish the story about when he was in lockup.
You told the story when we were in commercial, and we were laughing really hard.
After the McDonald's?
The McDonald's.
When the cops had me on the ground.
Well, is this another story?
No, this is the same story. I just forgot after I said, to hell with pepper spray. I eat pepper spray. Yeah. They emptied a can of pepper spray in my eyes, and then another cop gave me a nice cop boot right in the gut. Now, I had McDonald's earlier. My stomach was rumbling. You have that little rumbling and little light farts, and he kicked poop right out of my eye. So I go on the cellar with the other, guys in the cellar. Like, who stinks? Man, did you shit yourself?
You were the guy that shit himself in lockup. Man, that was bad.
Yeah, they wanted me out of there, man. And the cops hated me so much they wouldn't let me wash up.
Of course not. That's gold for them guys.
They
making you sit in your own crap.
They took me to the hospital, and the most beautiful, nurse, she was like, ooh, he stinks. I could hear her as she left the room. This guy stinks.
No shot. If you stink of crap because you've crapped yourself, you pretty much ruined your shot with the chick.
Yeah. I'm in cuffs and I shit my pants, but I'd love to take you out when this is over.
That's great. Keith, you're hilarious today, man.
I love it.
Should we take a break, I guess?
Yeah, we'll take a quick one and then come back.
Yeah, maybe we could take a long break. So maybe we could, take some leaks and stuff. Kevin Kennedy was supposed to call in. Is that happening today?
Kevin Kennedy.
He got his voicemail. From, the new channel on XM, Major League Baseball. I forgot the name of the channel already.
Home Plate 175.
Home Plate 175, that's right.
Talk about, what's his name?
I think they had Jose Canseco on yesterday, right?
Yes,
Yeah. We got to talk to Kevin
He's
Kennedy.
ratting everybody out, man.
No, but he's lying like a champion.
You think he's lying?
Yeah, he's exaggerating a little bit because
maybe exaggerating, but I don't think he's lying.
Because the guy kept asking him, referring back to his book. Oh okay. Like he didn't remember anything.
The 60 Minutes interview.
Yeah,
he kind of tripped him up.
Yeah.
He said, there were a bunch of times that he shot up. What's his name? McGuire in the ass.
McGuire,
in the ass with the steroids.
Funny.
Shot him in the ass.
Big red ass up in the ass.
Oh, God damn.
Speaking of Mark McGuire, where do I get the steroids is all I need to know.
You see his wife?
If this is what you get when you do steroids,
wow.
Where do I begin? There's a picture of Mark McGuire with his wife in all the papers in New York today. This woman is perfect.
Yeah. She is the big, tall, blonde, big boobs. She looks like a stripper.
You think he shot her in the ass with steroids?
Yeah, give her some of it. Yeah, I'd like to do something to you. I learned it in a men's room bathroom with Jose Canseco.
I'm changing my opinion, though, man. Yeah. I think steroids are good. Look what you get. Look what you get if you're on the steroids. I guess they're going to be in the Sports Illustrated swimsuit issue. Because they do that every year. They get the athletes with their hot wives in there.
Wow.
They do
fits.
Couple shoots.
Mm-hmm. So depressing. Athletes and their stupid wives. Why don't they show comedians, hookers, and fat girls? You should see
Bonnie.
Bonnie's hot. But you ought to see the fat pigs that come to the cellar and just want to hang out and look at us at the next table over.
Oh, yeah, they just show up and just look. And it's just a sign of my pitiful career. I get all these years in the business, I get a fat girl just staring at the table.
That's what they do.
Comic groupies are really bad.
They're awful.
I've seen my buddy Adam Ferrara. And Adam's a good-looking guy. Women really seem to be attracted to him and stuff. He was playing out at Governor's, and we all go back to the bar afterwards, have a couple of beers, and the line of girls that came up, and they were hot girls in the place. Not a one of them. There was a line of fat chicks waiting to get an autograph. Can I kiss you on the cheek? And Adam's just standing there like, oh, God, I could get, looking at the girls walking out. Her. And look at the slobs that come up. And he's so nice and, cordial to him and everything. Hey, thanks. And everything. And they walk away. Oh, slob.
They're wearing tube tops. Their back looks like a Sharpie's neck. Big pieces of fat you can just hold on to and move her head up and down.
Move her shoulder blade fat right down to the middle of her back up to her head. Fall around. Oh, mess.
That's what it is, man.
Yeah,
unless you're like Jim Carrey level or
Yeah, you got to get to a superstar level.
That's movie star, though. You're not just a stand-up anymore. That's, movie star. But
you really got to get to another level.
Got to get out of the cellar, huh?
Yeah.
Oh, my goodness.
Oofa.
In a big way. Host the Oscar someday. That's a good sign. And Chris Rock's doing it.
Mm-hmm. All right, why don't we take a break? We'll finish up the Opie and Anthony program next.
The Opie and Anthony Show on the Virus, Sirius XM.
Dan in Minneapolis. What's up, Dan?
Hey, I just wanted to say you guys are doing a hell of a job.
Thanks.
I got into a little accident.
You got it. You got
Jose Canseco shoot Martin.
I have no idea what he's saying because he's not really playing along here. And he's still talking, and we're trying to help him out. And
this isn't Marvin Luther, is it?
I don't know.
Got into an accident?
He's still talking.
Marvin Luther.
And we're talking over him.
What the hell's so funny, man?
What's OJ's brother's name?
I couldn't explain it.
Melvin
Leon.
Marvin Luther.
Marvin Luther Simpson Jr.
Melvin Leon King. It's a holiday. First Monday in February, you flip a bus and kill someone.
Dan, I don't know what you said, so I think you like the program, though.
He likes the show.
Thanks, Dan.
All right, well, that was a waste of time. And then we got this idiot. We always had these idiots. Guinness, what's up?
Hey, O&A, what's going on?
Hey, man.
Hey, little Jimmy.
Hi, Guinness.
Hey, I want to know when you guys are going to get some women up there, have a little contest like a wiffle ball bat, 55-gallon drum challenge.
Ooh, remember that one?
Oh, I used to love it, man. I remember you guys back in Boston.
That stinks, though, the 55-gallon drum.
Yeah.
Remember how bad the studio smelled? We actually had to take Vicks and put it under our nose like there were dead bodies in the studio.
Yeah, that was awful. The smell was horrendous.
And then we almost got in trouble because a cricket went in a girl's ear. And what we did was we used to take about 5 or 8 55-gallon drums.
It started out as the serial killer challenge, by the way, and then it turned into the 55-gallon drum challenge.
Then you had the girls running across the street to the hotel, which looked like a crime scene.
Well, we would take girls, put them in 55-gallon drums, seal the top up. They'd be in bikinis, or no, their underwear. It was their underwear. And then we would just take the most heinous stuff and throw it into these barrels. Living insects, living eels, snakes, food products made out of just bellies of cows, intestines, lungs.
We invented hissing cockroaches.
The big hissing.
We were the first ones to use the hissing cockroaches, and
they hissed.
They became a staple on Fear Factor. But we found the hissing cockroaches a long time ago.
Cockroaches.
Bag of crickets.
Oh,
yeah. Well, that's what got us in trouble. That's what got us in trouble with that goddamn.
You know what we should do? Maybe tomorrow, if it's not too hard, get some of the reactions when we're dumping stuff into the 55-gallon drum.
Yeah, the screams that would come out of these barrels.
If it's too much work, forget it. But the screams that would come from these barrels. Remember the big eels that were flopping and hitting the barrel, and we're trying to get them into the barrels, and they're just losing their minds or whatever?
Girls
their little
screaming
eel
in horror.
minds.
You get a girl screaming in horror with that muffled, echoey sound of a barrel.
Then the pig's blood you drop it in
Pig's
there.
blood. Yeah, we'd pour pig's blood in on these girls, and then we poured the crickets in. One cricket crawled in a girl's ear and wouldn't come out. She couldn't get it out, so she had to go to the hospital to get it taken out. Meanwhile, we take her out of the barrel. She's covered in pig blood and in her underwear. Now, the emergency guys come upstairs, put her on a stretcher to take her down, because I guess that's just standard procedure. They're trying to get the cricket out of her ear. Couldn't, so they decided they're going to take her down to the hospital.
They didn't know what was going on. They were ready to call the cops.
Well, They bring her through the lobby of the building, and here's this girl head to toe covered in blood in her underwear coming out of our studio. Hi, the Opie and Anthony show. Yeah. Enjoy. That really did not bode well with the security of the building.
She must have smelled, too, all the stuff on her.
Awful.
It was a great bit.
Like she got kicked in the guts with a stomach full of McDonald's.
Hey, I got another question for you.
We'll try to get some audio of that tomorrow, but before you go on to the next question, something that is pretty good for the new listeners, instead of us redoing that show, you go to oavirus.com. And Ed over there, FedEx, whatever, he does a great job updating that site all the time with a lot of the bits we talk about. So I'm sure if you do a quick search, you could find the 55-gallon drum challenge shows. And when you know we had a bad show one day, maybe you go to oavirus.com and check out one of the old shows, all right?
Sometimes it's not worth trying it again. That's what it is. If the situation comes up where, we get a bunch of girls that want crap poured on them, maybe we'll do it again. But sometimes
you can't get them through Master Post security checkpoint anyway.
Yeah, well, a lot of the great old shows are on oavirus.com. Some classics.
Did y'all ever have transvestite wrestling?
Transvestite wrestling?
Yeah, I think that's a new.
It's something. I've been involved in it, but not in a radio bit.
Put a lipstick camera in Jim's car.
You were trying to get your money back when you made a gender error?
Gender error.
Yeah.
I didn't lie, motherfucker. You made the assumption.
Hey guys, I was surfing around the internet last night, and I came across this website, eatabullet.com. And I saw Jimmy's playing in Houston this week, but when's he going to come to, Providence or Boston?
I'm doing Boston. Tickets, I think, went on sale today. The Comedy Connection in April. I have to find out. Actually, I just booked Boston. I just booked Atlantic City. So I will let you know tomorrow. But I think Boston went on sale today, the Comedy Connection, for April 8 and 9, or for 1, 2. I think it's April 8, 9, 8, Boston.
All right. Thanks, Guinness.
Hey, have a good night. Punching out.
Thanks.
All righty. Silence.
Yeah, I know. I was reading.
It was kind of nice for a second.
Isn't that good? Sometimes you just
a moment
nothing.
of reflection.
All right, I guess we could start playing What Did We Learn on the Opie and Anthony Show. I was hoping to talk to Kevin Kennedy. What happened with that? We're going to have to reschedule, I guess? Yeah, that big interview yesterday on the debut of the Major League Baseball channel with Jose Canseco. I want to see what that was all about.
What did Jose say?
Did you see anything? Well, we got we got clips that we can maybe play really fast. I don't know. Is there anything on here that looks interesting, Anthony?
Well, the benefits of steroids?
Well, you know what? I was always like, okay, you always hear about the superstar players on steroids. What about the bum players? The players with, 122 average? Nobody ever bust the bum players.
No one's saying, hey, you're on steroids.
They just skip through.
Imagine how much you'd suck if you weren't on steroids. Dude, Little League.
You're catching brain cancer for a 180 average.
That's got to be the worst.
That's great. Old raisin nuts for nothing.
You know there's somebody out there like that. I just want to find that
Why
guy.
ain't this working for me?
You sneeze, a little brain matter comes out of your ear. Old pudding skull.
Jose Canseco touching your ass for nothing.
He shot me in the ass. I got nothing to show for.
Jose. Play with the affected people viewing story too negatively. Yeah, he's being called on the carpet because he's kind of saying steroids are good in some cases, and the kids might get the wrong idea.
Well, I think they're great.
I do, too.
After seeing Mark McGuire's wife, I have a whole new appreciation for the steroids thing.
So if you're listening, kids, feel free. Steroids are okay. Mommy and Daddy are wrong. Take them as soon as you can.
Steroids endorsed by the Opie and Anthony Show. Right.
We should pump some steroids into this show.
No, I don't think we need it, Ope.
Pump it into the phones this morning.
Yeah.
Well, listen to the replay. You're going to love that.
Yeah, if you're just tuning in, have fun with the first hour of this mess.
It's us bitching about the phones, and if that isn't bad enough, you'll hear Mr. Roboto at the end of it all.
Yeah.
Ooh.
But I guarantee that the show gets more gooder after the first 50 minutes. So just bear with the first 50. Or go to, I don't know, go do an errand or something. Start listening around 7. Oh, wait, we have to do the other thing. Oh, we can't do that because then it's like time zone all over the place. Whatever. You'll figure it out.
50 minutes in.
50 minutes in, you can start listening. It gets better. Keith Robinson killed. Oh, man. He's still here, but we can promote that Keith Robinson killed on the show today. Yep. Had a good time here, man. It was great.
A lot of fun, man.
It's Black History Month. It's one of my not funniest in Black History Month.
That's why you're here. You think you're coming back next month?
No, I won't be. See you guys next February.
Next week. And then
March is done.
1 month a year we humor you guys. The other 11 are for Whitey. Well, I don't know. Should we try to get into these clips? We only got a couple minutes.
I just want to, I don't know, I guess.
Which one you want to hear?
The one on benefits of steroids?
Benefits of steroids. What track number? That'll help Derek in the booth.
15? There's so many numbers on it.
15? All right, let's listen to this. It's quick.
When you're injured, you can recuperate a lot faster from steroid use. And it's a great confidence booster. You're actually stronger where a season is 162 games. Then you got spring training, playoffs and World Series. You're talking about well over 200 games. So one of the major factors is fatigue and muscle wear and tear. And steroids done properly can cut that down in half.
Hey, he's doing a commercial for steroids.
Telling the truth.
That is great.
Let's go to track 16, because this is what I was wondering, why he would name names.
It makes the book more viable, more interesting. It makes it real. I name myself also in there. It's a true story of my life and everyone that was involved in it. And I think that, the public, the fans, they want to know who was involved.
Hey, Anthony, we can have the exclusive interview with Jose Canseco.
You want to do it the way that they actually use these clips?
There are radio guys. Mancow is very guilty of this.
Really?
These are the type of things, like they do the basic interview, and then these hack jocks from all over the country will get the sound bites and then make believe they interviewed them.
They cut themselves in.
So
you would ask the question, and then Jose Canseco gives the answer. And it sounds like you're doing the exclusive.
Now, Jose, people are... this is track 19. Got to play with that.
You better tell him what track it is. You ask a question, and he's just...
Jose, people are viewing your story a little too negatively. What do you have to say about that?
Players do not try to hurt the game. They do not try to hurt any individuals. If anything, worst case scenario, if they're doing these steroids improperly, they're hurting themselves, but they're not hurting anyone else. They're just trying to set up their families financially as much as possible. They're trying to create more longevity in the game for them. They're trying to become more well-known athlete. They're trying to help their team win by becoming a better athlete. So I think people are just looking at this too negatively.
Oh. Well, that didn't work. Could I try one?
Yeah, you try one.
All right, track 13. I'm going to cue that one up. Okay. Jose, aren't you afraid by naming names in this book that people are going to come out and maybe sue you?
Truly believe if these individuals do try to sue me, I think they're going to be making a monstrous mistake because the truth will definitely come out then. And they don't want to push me to the wall.
Yeah. Jose, a lot of this stuff goes behind closed doors, right?
Major League Baseball itself isn't really going to do anything, and the Player Association isn't really going to do anything until Congress comes and steps in. Congress will have to do a major investigation and put a stop to that. And the ones responsible, everybody wants to blame the player.
You want me out to drive, you bastard. Wait, it's track 14. Let me try this again, you son of a bitch.
Are you about to track 14?
That was the Congress thing.
Track 14 is what Lady Di's husband was standing on.
Nice call, man. Jose, we're hearing a lot of this stuff goes on behind closed doors.
It's part of the game. These are things that are kept in-house, never really spoken about outside the clubhouse. I mean, how many things go on back there? Believe me, fans and managers sometimes, they have no idea.
Hey, Jose, can I ask a question for track, track 8?
Okay.
Hey, Jose, a lot of people say that you're a dirty Puerto Rican. Why don't you talk about Sosa and Mac?
Everybody wants to blame the players and this and that. You know what? The owners knew. They all turned their heads to it. They didn't care. As long as they were making money. Player Association knew. Don Fear and all these guys, they all knew what was going on. They just turned a blind eye to it and said, hey, the game's developing again. It's growing. The Sammy Sosa, Mark McGuire show. They were both juiced. No ifs and buts about it.
04, track 4. Jose, when you're slugging your wife in the face because of steroid use, is there another way to go about using the steroids so you don't do that?
There is a right way and there is a wrong way to do steroids. If you're going to do steroids, please seek professional help. Obviously, this stuff is illegal. You have to get prescriptions for it. You have to get medical supervision. You have to have the right doctors. You have to have the right blood testing. Do not go behind closed doors with your friends and use dirty needles and start injecting yourselves and start guessing at what dosage your body should use.
That's what I thought.
That's when you get into big trouble.
Yeah.
I think the steroid issue has, been
what?
So misunderstood and left behind
one more thing.
Program complete.
This is the Opie and Anthony Show. Outrageous, borderline illegal audio entertainment. The Virus. Sirius XM.